So we talk about teams that are putting all their eggs into the basket of a season. The Patriots certainly pushing their chips to the middle of the table. And the question about Cam Newton is, Dianna, do we believe it is a foregone conclusion that he is their starting quarterback week one?
No, that is not the sense I'm getting around league circles, that Cam Newton is the guy that the New England Patriots are building this offense around. They spent $100 million plus signing all these free agents for a quarterback that is making about $5 million. His contract tells you how they feel about him. They don't think he's the future of the New England Patriots. Does the relationship work? Yes. Cam Newton's become a different person since he's become in New England. He's always competitive. He always works hard. We know this about him. It's what makes him fantastic and makes him a great player. But his personality has really changed since he's been in New England. This is a guy who was an elite quarterback and is no longer elite. And I think he's done a really good job of playing the game with Bill Belichick. We hear nothing but great compliments, and it seems like it just works. But in terms of playing, because that's what this is going to come down to at the end of the day. Everyone can like each other and get along and kumbaya, but he's got to go out there and perform. And just recently I was talking to somebody in the league who I really trust, who's got good information. He said, do not take the Jimmy Garoppolo trade off the table. That is something New England is still sniffing out. Bill doesn't like to put his cards out on the table, so most think, oh, well, if we all know about that, that probably won't happen. But there is definitely a tone in the league that it could still go down.
Ninko, he's your former coach, and that's your former teammate in Jimmy Garoppolo, and I know that you have said that as well. What is your sense, with all these pieces they put in place there, of what Bill's plan is at quarterback?
Look, I'm not a mathematician, but I did go to Purdue University, and you take a bar graph, a histogram, a plot chart, whatever you want to do. And when you look at Cam Newton last year, he started out at a certain point, and he didn't continue to go up. He started to kind of waver and then went down at the end of the season. So what does a quarterback position have to do? You have to throw the ball accurately. That's your number one job. Take care of the football and throw the ball accurately down the field. And I think that when we watched Cam's progression last year, granted he didn't have an offseason, OTAs, whatever. When you're out there on the football field as a quarterback, your job is to throw the football with accuracy. And I think that when you look at Cam, his struggles are throwing the football. So if you're the Patriots and you're going into the season loaded up at you get all these tight ends and the receivers, and you bring back James White, you need a quarterback that you feel confident in his accuracy. So I think that they'll probably get a young quarterback, somebody that can throw the ball down the field with consistency, and have Cam Newton on the roster with that team-friendly deal. He's making less than a lot of the backups in the league. So yeah. I think that Cam's going to be there as a good piece, a change-up piece, but they're going to go get a quarterback.
Ninko, what's a young quarterback mean to you? Because Dianna brought up Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's the name we hear all the time. Are you talking about drafting somebody at 15? Mel projects them to take Mac Jones at 15 in the draft. Is that what you're thinking?
I think, yes, in the draft, because I said earlier before free agency that they're going to load up with all the money that they have, all that equity that they put into their free agents right now. They're going to go get a young quarterback, and we all said it. We said it earlier in this program that having a young quarterback under his rookie deal sets you up to win, just like Seattle did, right? So for me, I think that the Patriots are going to go back to the old blueprint of 2001 with a young quarterback, with a great defense, a lot of great pieces on that team, because they have improved dramatically with the pieces that they brought in free agency.
What do you think, Canty? Give me the crystal ball, because they've done everything but address the quarterback in a splash kind of way. I don't know that Cam Newton at one point certainly qualified as a splash. Right now, it doesn't feel that way. Yeah. So what is the move they make?
Well, I think they're going to be looking to upgrade the quarterback position, but if they're not able to find what they're looking for out there, whether it's the draft or whether it's via trade, Cam Newton is a pretty good fallback option. I mean, if you look at the pieces that they're putting in place, it feels like the 2021 New England Patriots skill positions look a lot like the 2015 Carolina Panthers skill positions, a tight end and running back oriented passing game, and then the receivers being of the catch and run variety rather than vertical threat guys. So I just feel like with what they've already got in place, Cam Newton can put this team in a situation where they can compete for a playoff spot.
So just to be clear, 2015 is a year in which Cam Newton's Carolina Panthers went 15-1 and went to the Super Bowl, and he was the league MVP. You're saying the pieces around him look like that, but does he? Does Cam Newton, to you, look like he can recapture a significant percentage of what that was in order to lead this team where it looks like they plan to go.
Well, the first 3 games of last season before he got COVID, it looked a lot like he was capable of doing that. I mean, that could have been a team that went 3-0 had it not been for that failed goal line opportunity in the end of that Seattle game. So, I mean, you look at Cam Newton, I think there was a lot to like initially, but then after COVID, there was a tail off in his production. I don't think we can undersell how impactful him dealing with that in the middle of the season was, along with not being able to have a full offseason, no OTAs, modified training camp, et cetera. So I just think there's more to like when it comes to this Cam Newton situation with the New England Patriots. I don't think Cam is as bad as what we saw in the second half of last year.
If you want to give reasons, not excuses, but reasons why it did not go well for him last year, there are, you just named several of them. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.